All right, ladies and gentlemen of the YouTube citizens, y'all know who this is. This is your boy, That's the True Inferno. And it's another Throwback Tunes on another Thursday. So let's get straight into it. And I am reviewing a R&B album. It's been a minute since I've done that. And we're going to do that not just for this week, but also for next week and possibly the week after. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. So let's get on with this one. So this one is called Ginuwine the Bachelor. And this is obviously was by Ginuwine. So this was actually his debut studio album. This joint came out October 8th, 1996. It came out under 550 Music Records and Epic Records as well. And a little bit of background info on this album. It is the second major swing mob album and the third overall. So you're probably wondering, swing mob? What the heck is swing mob? Well, let me give you a brief history on that. So swing mob, sometimes known as the Basement Crew, okay, that one should ring a bell for some of you guys, was an R&B/hip-hop collective consisting of artists and or record labels, first discovered by Jodeci member Devontae Swing, get it? Okay. The artists on Swing Mob included Missy Elliott with the group Sister, Timbaland, Magoo, Ginuwine player Dale Pearson, Tweet with the group Sugar, S-U-G-H-A, excuse me, Magic, M-A-J-I-K, Jimmy Douglas, how you pronounce that, Stevie J, Maja Max, Bazaar Royale, and Chad Dr. Seuss Elliott, among others, although all official members had never been confirmed. A list of some known artists in Swing Mob at the time of the group's activity can be found in the liner notes of Jodeci's third studio album, The Show, The After Party, The Hotel. So, yeah, and also one person who was a part of this was Aaliyah as well. I believe I'm in Nicole Ray, and I believe I mentioned Tweet. Yes, I did mention Tweet. So yeah, a number of people was involved in this joint right here, but they're no more. There's dysfunctional. Well, now they defunct rather, so they're no longer a thing, unfortunately. So let's get back to Ginuwine's album. So this joint was produced by Ginuwine, who was the executive producer, and Robert Reeves, who was also the executive producer, and Timbaland. That was it right there. That was it. So this joint was recorded in 1995 up to 1996. And let's look at the charts for this album. So this joint was 26th on the Billboard 200, 14th on the top R&B/hip-hop album charts, 54th in the Media Control charts, which was out in Germany, 80th in the Mega charts, which was out now in the Netherlands, 50th in the Recording Industry Association of New Zealand, you know where that was at, and 74th on the UK album charts. You should also know where that's at. And this album sold 1.6 million copies, meaning it was double platinum by the RIAA, but by the MC, which is Music Canada, it was gold. So if we're looking at the charts, maybe, I don't know about the charts, that'll be close. But if we look at the certifications, barely, this one was his best one. So let's move on now to the tracks. There's 13 tracks, one skit, so I can only give you guys the top 3, not the top 5. So here we go. And actually, no, there's more charts here. It was also number 1 on the US Heat Seekers chart. So that's new to me. That's a brand new chart right there for me. Now let's get on to the track listing. So again, all these tracks were produced by Timbaland. The first track is called Intro, that's it, followed by Pony/Interlude. That's going to be a theme. And actually, there was a grand total of 6 singles, and Pony, you all should know that one. That's one of the singles. The next song is also one of the singles. Tell Me Do You Wanna, obviously the letter U and Wanna, and then /Interlude. So that's the single outside the interlude part. Track number 4 is called Holler, not H-O-L-L-A, but H-O-L-L-E-R/Interlude. Holler was also a single featuring Nicki and Virginia Slim. Track number 5 is called Hello, followed by Lonely Days. Then track number 7 is called Ginuwine For Your, the number 4, then You Are rather, For Your Mind/Interlude. Next up is Only When You're, again, You Are, Only When You're Lonely, interlude. And that's another one of the singles right there. Followed by another single, I'll Do Anything / I'm Sorry featuring Timbaland. Track number 10 is called World Is So Cold / interlude, followed by When Doves Cry, which is another single. I had no clue that was a single, / interlude. Track number 12 is called G Thing / interlude, featuring Missy, Mr. Mina, Elliott, and Magoo. And then the last track is called 551 / interlude featuring Timbaland. So yeah, there you go with that. Now let's get on with the single. So let's start off with Pony. Yeah, Pony. So this joint came out 2 days after my birthday in 96, August 20th, 1996. And the song's chorus described a blatant sexual come on. If you're horny, let's do it. Ride it, my pony. My saddle's rating, come and jump on it. I mean, come on, this is pretty obvious. All right, so here's a little bit of content info. Timbaland's production was unique among R&B releases of the day. And I quote, I don't know who's saying this quote, but let's move on. Pony's instrumentation features a start-stop rhythm pattern similar to drum and bass music. A bass line and melody formed by vocoded vocal samples and a cartoon slide whistle. Along with his concurrent work for Aaliyah's One in a Million LP, oh, there's an idea, Pony and Ginuwine the Bachelor marked the emergence of Timbaland as a successful R&B producer. The song is sampled in Rihanna's Jump, which is featured on her album Unapologetic, which came out in 2012. And yeah, there was a music video for this song as well. And there was a remix, and that had a music video. I had no clue about that. I didn't look that up. The video depicts Ginuwine and his crew entering a resting bar as strangers and gradually gaining the favor of the Cragley Cowboy patrons. The video was filmed at the Cowboy Palace Saloon in Chatsworth, California. And a video for the Ride It mix were also released. The video is shot in the back. So yeah, let's look at the charts. Oh wow, okay, there's quite a few of those. So this one was number 3 out in Australia, number 4 on the Ultra Tip Flanders, 30th in the Ultra Top 50 Wallonia, 4th in the Canadian Dance chart, 22nd in the Germany chart, 7th out in the Netherlands, 5th in New Zealand, 16th in Sweden, 29th in Switzerland, 16th in the UK singles, 6th in the US Billboard Hot 100, number 1 in the US Hot R&B / Hip Hop Songs charts, and 28th in the US Mainstream Top 40. Now, by the end of the year 1996, it was 70. Okay, this is weird. Check this out. By the end of the year 1996, it was 72nd on the US Billboard Hot 100. But a year later, the end of the year 97, it was 62nd on the US Billboard Hot 100. Now, we're going to jump all the way up to 2015. So we're talking 3 years ago. 31st out in Australia, 171st in France, 92nd in Germany, and 62nd in the UK singles charts. I crap you not. And oh guys, and I'm gonna surprise you with something else regarding the charts in a second. But let's look at the certifications. In the United States and in Australia, it was platinum. It sold around 900,000 copies in the US and 70,000 copies in Australia. In Denmark and New Zealand, it was gold, like 45,000 copies out in Denmark and 5,000 copies in New Zealand. Now check this out. Okay, so there's I guess another version of this song called Pony, and then parentheses Jump on it. So the British house duo Tough Love collaborated with Ginuwine and revamped the classic, which was released officially on August 7th, 2015 as their second single. So, and that made some charts. So it was 36 out in Scotland, 39 for the UK singles charts, and 12 in the UK dance charts. So, yeah, Pony was pretty successful if you ask me. Alright, let's move on to the next single, which is called Tell Me Do You Wanna. And this joint came out March the 25th, 1997. And yes, there was a music video for this as well, and it did make the charts. 21st in the New Zealand RIANZ singles charts and 16th in the UK singles charts. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Like I said, there's a music video, and yeah, that was it. Alright, let's move on to the next single, which is called When Doves Cry. And I had no clue that this was a single. I truly did not. So this joint came out. Okay, wait a minute. This is the Prince version. I don't want the Prince version, no offense. I want the Ginuwine version. Here it is. This joint came out July 25th, 1997. And I believe, if memory serves correctly, yes, one of the writers involved in the song was indeed Prince. I crap you not. So, yeah, there you go with that. All right, and there was a music video for this as well. I had no clue about that. Now let's look at the charts. It was 16th in the Belgium Ultra Tip Flanders. It did not make the other one. It was 15th, and it was 16th on the US Billboard Whitman Top 40. 15th in both Germany and in the Netherlands. 7th in New Zealand. 24th in Switzerland. 42nd in Sweden. 10th in the UK singles charts as well. And yeah, there you go with that. Moving on to the next single, which is called I'll Do Anything / I'm Sorry. And we get more on that song later. That's all I'm gonna say about that. So, I'll Do Anything, I'm Sorry. This joint came out sometime in, actually no, there's a date for that. It came out September 9th, 1997. It's the same time as Only When You're Lonely came out as well. We'll get more on that in a second. So, I'll Do Anything, I'm Sorry, rather. Placed 16th on the Hot R&B / Hip Hop Songs charts. Yes, there is a music video for this single as well. Next up is Only When You're Lonely. It was 60th on the US Hot R&B / Hip Hop Songs charts as well. And yes, there was a music video for that as well. And then finally we got Holler featuring Nicki and Virginia Slim. This joint came out December 2nd, 1997. And it became we'll talk more about that chart. It only made one chart, and that was the UK singles chart. It was 13th right there. I don't know about a music video. I don't see anything about a music video, so I'm gonna say this single did not have a music video. Now let me give you guys my favorite. Now there's two different lists for this one, because in case you missed the theme, and just about let me count this real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of these tracks, 9 out of the 13 or 9 out of the 12 tracks that were actually songs, there was interludes. So there was little extra stuff at the end of each of one of these songs. Some of them were just beats, others were just skits and things of that nature. So let's start with that. And some of those beats was dope. The interlude for Pony was cool. The interlude for Tell Me Do You Wanna was unusually dark, and it's kind of hard to explain like how it sounded. Yeah, you could tell it's like a dark tone, but how it sounded was still unusual. But it was still dope. It was still dope as heck. The interlude for Only When You're Lonely, I really like that one. That's one of my all-time favorites right there, because I listen to that all the time. But it's not the best one, which shocks me, because the interlude for Ginuwine for Your Mind is really dope. That is the best one on this album. Now, let me give you guys the best tracks off this album from worst to first. This does not include the interludes. So, Hello is the worst track off this album. It's just decent, that's it. It's just decent, nothing special there. When Doves Cry is also decent. Obviously, this is Prince influence, since he was a writer for the song. Next up is Lonely Days, which was cool rather. Holler was pretty cool, as was 550 Watt. Pony is a classic and it is dope without question. Tell Me Do You Wanna is a forgotten classic and is also dope. Next up is World Is So Cold. The beat is dope and the song is mellow right there. And this one was kind of hard to leave out to some degree. G-Thing, because that kick drum was dope without question. Now speaking of kick drum, the third best track off this album is Ginuwine for Your Mind. This beat is so dope, man. That kick drum is bumping like crazy. When I first heard this joint, I was like, oh my gosh, this joint is dope. So yeah, this is the third best song off this album. The second best song off this album is Only When You're Lonely. This is one of my all-time favorite R&B songs right here, man. This is like one of the ultimate mellow out joints. Really love this song. Like that R&B beat for this one. And every time I hear it, I sing it. I know the lyrics to this one. But the best song off this album is I'll Do Anything / I'm Sorry, featuring Timbaland. This is an all-time favorite right here. This is my all-time favorite Ginuwine song, The beat is dope as heck. This is one of my all-time favorite songs right here. I love this beat. I know the lyrics to this one as well. And this joint is dope as heck, without question. So I'll do anything / I'm sorry. In my opinion, not only is this the best song off this album, but this was the best song that Ginuwine have ever done. Now, let me give you guys the professional ratings. All Music gave it 4 out of 5 stars, as did Q. Robert Christgau gave it 3 stars, and the Rolling Stone Album Guide gave it 2 out of 5 stars. So what do I think about this album? I'm gonna give this 4.5 out of 5 stars. When you have 2 of my all-time favorite songs, and everything else was pretty cool, at least, you can't really pass up on that. So I recommend you. What I recommend you do? I recommend you download it. You know what? No, screw that. I recommend you buy a digital copy of this album. If it's possible, buy a digital copy of this album. If you can find a physical copy of this album, that'd be better. But I recommend you just get a digital copy of this album, because this album is really, really dope. It got 2 of my all-time favorite songs, and this is Timbaland at his best when it came to him making beats. This was Timbaland at his best, like mid to late 90s. This was Timbaland at his best. All right. So with that said, man, y'all know who this is. This is your boy, the new Jay Gatsby, aka New Stephen A. Smith, saying peace out, y'all, and I'll see y'all next time. Yeah.